Alright, so I was talking about having plants and stuff, and being able to, in one room, have as many plants as you can possibly fit. Um, it's difficult with cats because cats like to eat plants, but as long as they're food plants, they're generally not allergic. And I might even put some catnip plants for them to chew on. But you can keep them up high, and they need, obviously different plants need different lighting. They have different seasonal plants and stuff, but um, that's all has to be synced up and stuff. But I know that it's possible, and now some of these plants and some of them are trees and they grow huge, and some are just more of a bush-like plant, and so I'll really have to basically work all that out into my feng shui, and obviously some of them leave leaves everywhere, and it I'm sure gets to be hectic, but I'm sure there's maintenance I could do and some modifying that I could do. My goal is to keep any one particular plant, um, everyone particular or anyone, but all of them as well. But any one particular plant alive for as long as possible, and if they have fruits or whatever, to have to obviously at first I'll be picking the plants and stuff, but the thing is I want it to have as many fruits as possible. Pick the plants and then have it grow more fruits or whatever, um, or veggies or whatever. So basically, um, yeah. So that's have it as many and have the plants still live after I pick them and grow more, and then still live, and then I'm not really sure what causes the aging in plants. I'm sure it's because of the same thing in humans with HAF limits and free radicals and all that, and all the basics as well as the unknowns. Um, but I'm sure it's a simple thing to solve. Obviously, like I go on Wiki and I'm looking at this stuff and I'm like, dude, they get way too freaking complicated with everything, and then they like go on and on and on about the word where its origin is and all this stuff that you just is totally pointless. They should have a page when you click on some. They should have a useless information link or something to go to that immediately and see all the stuff that's really pointless. But right on the page, that should just be in fine print somewhere in a link. But the real useful information should be right there because I see these wiki articles with like 20 pages or more, tens of pages, and then I'm looking for like useful info, and the useful info is like a paragraph's worth of all those pages. So I really think that um, these things need to be updated and stuff, but maybe we can start a new site. So I don't like the format of Wiki anyways. I know they have an old archive, but the fact that they don't have any set pages for things, I know things need to be updated, but I mean it seems to work, but you know, I don't know, it seems to work, sort of. Besides for the thing that I just said, but anyways, um, point is to have I think that and another thing I noticed is that sometimes when I get like really good ideas, they seem to go too fast for me to really capture them a lot of the time. Some of my best ideas will just they I miss they like I think of them and then it's easy as quick as they come I forget them. Quick as I remember them. I forget them a lot of the time. So I just have to be more easy to. As far as memory, I was talking about in another video. As far as memory, a good way to do that. Now, I know a little bit about memory, and I think I realized that if you could store all your memories on like a hard drive, you could use this. You wouldn't forget things. And a good way of representing a lot of this stuff is just to keep an archive, like I was talking about, and just keep all your stuff on there. So if you forget something, there it is. Ideas, media. If you have an idea, it's usually to do something, or just thoughts about things that, like I'm talking about wiki and stuff. The memory is of how to change wiki, so it's a to-do thing. Like, the memory is needed so that way I can say later on, oh, I should do that myself, or tell somebody about it. I'm holding on to the memory so that way I can do something myself if I don't see it done, which I think it's safe to say that it's better to rely on oneself, even though to rely on yourself than other people, but at the same time, things get done quicker if you have. Well, I think a lot of the time quicker if you have people that help. So it's sort of like that. But so the memories are often for a purpose, and once that purpose is met, then you don't need to remember it anymore, and you should be able to. Now, you probably want that memory anyways. But I think that you could do this all with recordings. Now, one interesting thing is to record. This is assuming that you'd have to have a way to do all this, but have a camera from 360 degrees at in other words, every angle on a person throughout their whole life, and recording audio. So a good resolution video at every angle, and a good resolution on audio. Also, you'd have to have record all brain activity, so you could record all your thoughts, dreams, and transmissions by your neurological system, and not just brain activity, but body activity as well, which I would think would be all registered, which should all be registered in the brain, but some things clearly won't. It's not like so interconnected as one might think. If you, although it kind of is, but like for instance in your bones, there's no nerve part in the bones, and it's really not, if it's in the calcium part of the bone itself, if there's a molecule of whatever that's not calcium, or whatever, little things like this, if the molecules that are moving, the calcium, things in the calcium and stuff, 0.00001% of stuff that's in your calcified part of your bone that's actually not calcium. That stuff, your brain's really not going to record, and yet it's something that might be, so that you might want. That's not going to pick up on the outside. So maybe you should have, even the highest resolution infrared cameras and stuff wouldn't get that. But the camera should be able to be viewed from all angles, as well as night visions and stuff, and obviously infrared and stuff. Now, I just had that great idea, and as soon as I did, I just start Steezy, but I started getting IMs from people, and it's really weird. It's like as soon as I, start to get really good ideas, all these distractions start happening. It's really evident, and it's just like when my cats are running around or something. When as soon as I set up something, I knock it over. It's sort of like I know it's not really purposefully happening like that, but it sort of is. It's synchronistic, and as well as it may be purposeful in a lot of cases. And I wonder. Um, I'm gonna respond to this IM because I have the impulse to, and I don't get very many IMs. Like I said in the previous video, I do have a lot of friends. That's what made me go on about the term circle, because when referring to a social group, as far as my friends, what I was getting at there about friends is that I do actually have quite a bit of friends, but so-called friends, there's no such thing. People think that friends have to do all this crap for you. Anyone you talk to can be considered a friend. There's no such thing. So it's just this word one of these meaningless words without really a definition. Alright, so hold on. I'm just going to answer this. I'll keep talking while I do. She's saying that I don't even have my keyboard ready. She is saying stuff. I actually record my conversations. One second here. Hold on, Rush, okay? Actually, I'm not even going to. I'm gonna copy. And paste her hey. So I have to actually get up. Okay. And then I'll just wait for her response, because I'm not gonna actually get up and get the keyboard because I'm lazy. No, okay, because I'm just simply set up here, and I don't want to change my setup here for that conversation right now. She just said hey and stuff. So yeah, I have. This is a girl from Connecticut, and she, like a lot of people that I have, just I used to go into chat rooms. I occasionally do this, and just or find various other people's buddy lists, or just a way to gather mass amounts of random people's buddy lists who not necessarily always put them out there either, but that they are out there. And so, and I'm not I'm not really like out there to cause trouble to these people. Sometimes I'll joke around and stuff, but I really I just talk to these people and say what's up, and I like to meet new people, and she just happens to be one of them. 90% or more of those people that I am, they don't know me and they won't talk to me, and that's fine. But there's always a few. It's just like on the CB radio where, a lot of people, we don't know you, but the whole point, I think, in the internet is to be like a CB radio or ham radio or, shortwave or whatever, where you're, just talking to random people, to strangers, and you can usually tell. I mean, I think that you can usually tell. If you're perceptive enough, you can usually tell, sort of, especially with tech stuff, how, how someone is. And, this particular girl, we're not romantically involved or anything. She has a boyfriend. She's in Connecticut, and, my time's running out in this video, so I'll be back.